also have Mr. Mao Xu from the Foreign Management Bureau, and also the gentleman from the Market Regulation. Friends from the media, good morning.
各位媒体的朋友大家上午好。
My name is Liu Haitao from National Immigration Administration. First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to give you a big thank you for your long-term support to our work. In order to facilitate the guidelines given by the Central Economic Conference and the Immigration Conference, and we have introduced the 5 measures to facilitate foreigners' visit to China in a bid to cooperate with other departments to facilitate the foreigners' visit, doing business in China, and to also serve the high-quality development. So specific, I would like to bring more details to you to these 5 matters. First, it's about the visa requirements. For a person that need immediate visa to China for the business purpose or visit, or doing own business or visiting families, and personal affairs, which means the non-foreign affairs items. If the person that did not have enough time to apply a visa in his own country or other countries, then that person could bring the requirement document and to apply the visa at the custom and the guest visa to China. And for the foreigners in Beijing International Airport and other the airport or other the transport hubs, and do not need visa if that person only stay for 24 hours. So in Beijing International Airport, Daxing International Airport, Pudong Airport in Shanghai, and Xiaoshan Airport in Hangzhou, Gaoqi Airport in Xiamen, and Baiyun Airport in Guangzhou, and Bao'an Airport in Shenzhen, and Tianfu Airport in Chengdu, Xianyang Airport in Xi'an. So in total, 9 airports right now provide a service to the visa-free measures to foreigners if they stay for 24 hours. And for the visitors, if you hold a transfer, a air ticket, if you visit the third country, then it's also the custom proceeds free, so which means visa free. And for the third measure, for the foreigners in China can visit the nearby places to apply a visa extension. If you come to China for a short-term purpose, like to visit your families, to visit, travel, for trade, so anything that's not related to the foreign affairs, as long as you have a justified reason, if you need to stay in China for a longer time, then you can go to the police station or to the immigration office for the visa application for a longer valid time. And for the fourth measure, for the foreigners in China, if you need to go in and out China for multiple times, and you can apply it for this visa purpose. So if you have a justified reason, and you can apply to the police office or the immigration office to apply for the multiple entries visa. And for the fifth measure, and we will also simplify a visa required document for the foreigners. when you applied your visa to China, we can search your the address, your the business license, then you do not need to apply a paper document. For the foreigners in China, if you apply for your family's visit or a family reunion,
可以邀请人亲属关系的声明代替
then you can
亲属
apply
关系证明。
a
那么
paper
随着
of
我国经
the
济社会持续
explanation,
恢复回升向
so you
好，
do not need to apply for
对
the
外
a
开放水
family
平不断扩大，
members the a
中外
license or
企业
document.
人
So
员
for us,
对深
we
化移民管理
also
服务
have
提
seen the
出了
many new
许多新
requirements
的需求。
when we're dealing
国家移民管理
with
局
the a facilitating
将
foreigners
主动
visit to
协
China.
同有
We will
关主
continue
管
to
部
work
门
with relevant
持
departments
续
to
聚焦
facilitate
外
the
国人来
foreigners
华
visit to
经
China
商、
in
学
terms
习、
of their
旅
visit
游
to China
等
for
卡点
business,
堵点，
for travel,
持
for
续深
visit
化
families.
移民管理服务改
And we will
革
also
和
to
政策制度的
introduce
创
new
新，
measures
加
to
快
provide
推
better
进制
service
度性
and
开
also
放，
actively
积
participate
极参
in
与营
building
造
a
一流的
world-class
营商
business
环境，
environment,
主动服务
as
促
well
进
as a
构
new
建
development,
新
a
发展
a
格局。
paradigm.
那么
My
下面呢，我
colleagues
和
and
我的
I are
同事
ready to answer
愿
your
意呢
questions.
回答大家的提
Now the
问。
floor
谢
is
谢。
open.
好，现在欢迎
Please
大家提问。
identify
提
your
问前
media
请
outlet
通报
before
一下
raising
所在的新闻
questions.
机构。好，第一排这位就。
With Haibao News. In the recent years, the NIA has introduced multiple measures to facilitate foreigners' visit to China. What's your consideration this time to introduce these 5 measures? Thank you for your question.
好，感谢你
I
的提
will
问。
take your
那么这个
question.
问题呢，也由我来给大家这个通
Over
报
the
一下。
past year,
那么1年多来
the
啊，
National
国家移民
Immigration
管理局
Administration
坚持围绕服务保障开放的发展、创新发
has
展和高
endeavored
质量发
our
展，
efforts in
持续深化了移
innovating
民管理的
and
改革
measures
创新，
to provide more
出台了一
services
系
and
列
convenience
便利
to
政策的措施，
foreigners' visit to
不
China.
断畅通了外籍人员来华的渠道，
And we
努
also
力
double
地
our
为外籍人
efforts
员在华工作、
to
学
provide
习生活， 提
the
供呢高效
high
便捷
efficient
的
service
移民
to
管理
foreign friends
政务的服务。
visiting or
那
doing
如同
business
你
in
问到的，
China.
那么
At
这
this
次
time,
我
you
们研
mentioned
究
about
出台
our
了便利
5
外籍
measures.
人员来华的5项措施，
There are 3
这个
considerations
主要有
behind.
3点考虑。
First,
一是呢
China
中国呢
is
十分
always
致力
committed
推进
to
经济全球化，
trade globalization
推动
open
建设
economy
开放型的世界经济，
in order
以
to
更好地
benefit the
惠
people
及
around the
各
world.
国人民，
In order to
为适
cope
应当
with
前国际
the
经贸活动高效、快捷、
dynamic
交流交
international
往，
activities,
特别是
especially in the trade
投资和贸易自由化、
facilitation
便利化发展的趋势，
sector, that
移
we
民管理机
have
构持续优化
introduced
外籍
more
人员
measures
入出
to
境和经济
facilitate
流政策
foreigners
的
to
环境，
visit to China in order
积极
to
推动呢
to
各
promote
国人员
that the a
顺
flow,
畅
more
便捷
flows
的
across
跨境
the
流动。
border. And
第二点
second,
考虑呢
as
是
the
刚刚召开的
economic
中央经济
conference
工作会
just
议，
concluded,
就进一步
and
扩
in
大
that
高水
conference
平开
also
放
further
做出了
emphasized
明确的部署，
and also introduced
移民管理
giving
机
the
构
guidelines
在便利促进中外人
in
员往来
building
工作
the
中
a
积
more
极主
open
动作
and
为，
the high
推
quality
进更大范围、
economy, and
更
we
宽
have
领域、
also
更深
to
层次
issued
的
more
对
measures
外
to
开放。
contribute to
第三点
the
考虑
further opening up.
是坚持
And
问题
third,
导向，针对新冠病毒感染乙类乙管以来，
And we have
外
seen
籍
and
人员来
more
华
foreign
逐步增多。
visitors coming
同
to
时
China
部分外籍
after
人员反
COVID.
映，来华
They
渠道
told
呢还
us
不是太
that
顺
they
畅，
have
办理签证呢
encountered some
不太便利
difficulties
的
in
有
applying
关问题。
visas to China.
移民管理机构呢
We also
充分
practiced
发挥了
our
职能作
duties
用，
and worked with
协
relevant
同
departments
相关的主管部门，
to
打通外
remove
籍人员来华经商、学习、
the
旅游等存
difficulties
在的卡点
in
堵点，
applying China, in
畅
applying
通呢
visit to
人
China
员往来，
in order to
更好的促
boost
进呢全
the
球经济
world
的复苏。
economic recovery. Thank you.
好，请继续提问。好，中间第3排这位女士。
CMG. We have noticed that in August 2023, the NIA also issued the visa measures to facilitate visitors applying a visa at the border. So this time you also mentioned these measures as well. So what's your consideration? I invite Mr. Mao Xi to take your question.
毛旭先生来回答。
Thank you very much.
谢谢央广记者的提问。
Last August,
国家移民管理局
for
推出了
the
为急需来
foreign
华外地商
visitors,
贸人
if you
员
have
提
the
供
urgent need
口
to
岸
come into
签证
China for
入境便利
business or
措施
trade
的来
purpose, then you
全
can
国口岸
apply
签证机关
the
批
business
发
visa
商贸
at
签
the
证的比
border
例
to also
同比增
increase
长了
at the
166%，
160%,
受到广大外籍人
and
员、
also
外资
received
企业的
good
好
feedback
评和欢迎。
from the foreign invested
这次推出的
companies.
放宽外籍人员
This
申
time,
办口岸签证条件，
for
主要
the
是将
requirement
口岸签证
conditions
条件
actually
进一步
expand.
扩展到
Have
急需来
expanded
华
to the people
访问
if
交流、
that you need to
投资
do
创
business
业、
in China, visit your
探亲、
families,
探望亲
and
属
to deal
以
with
及
your
处理
personal
私人事务等
issues. Basically,
非外
anything
交
that's
公
not
务
related
活
to
动的外
foreign
籍人员，
affairs. So, which
基本
means
上
that this
覆盖
covers
到了
majority of
绝
the
大多数
foreigners
有
with
紧急来
urgent
华
needs to
需
come
求
to
的外
China.
籍人员，
That
更
will
充
also
分地发
better
挥
facilitate
口岸签
and
证
the
的功能优
leverage the
势，
role of
为
the
外籍
visa
人员来华
application at the
提供
border.
更加
That's also
便
very
捷
convenient and
灵
easy
活
for
的
them
途
to
径。
apply visa.
谢谢。
好，请继续提问。好，左边第一排这位男士。
Cover news.
谢谢。
I would like to
封面记者提问
ask about
请
the
问去年
travelers
全
coming
年的
to
入境人
China
数
last
是
year
否
that's
已经
already
恢复到
back
了
to
疫情前的
the
水平？
previous
对
level,
于今
and
年
what's
全
your
年入境人数规模
expectation
有何
this
预
year?
判？谢谢。
好，这个问题呢，我想请我们
I'm
边
going to
防检
invite
察管理
Mr.
司的
Chi
司长
Jingyang
池景阳先生来回答。
to answer your question. Thank you
感
for
谢
your
您的提
question,
问啊，也感谢您对
and thank
移
you
民
for
的
your
支持
support to our
和关
work.
心。
So, talking about immigration
2023
inspection,
年，全
we
国申
have
请机关
expected
共查验
that
入境人员2.1亿人次，
a 21.1
已恢复
billion.
至2019年的62.9%。
So we see a global
随着
trade
全球经贸发
resumed
展，
and
国
international
际
flight
航线
resumed.
航班的
The
逐步恢复，
cross-border flow
跨
of
境人员
personnel
流动
will
逐
still
步活
coming
跃。
back.
我们预
So
计
for our expectation, that
2024
number
年
will
入境人数
increase.
将会持续
Where
增长。
the National Immigration
国家
Administration
移民
will
管理
also
局
play
也
the
将
our
充
role
分
and
发挥职能作用，
responsibility
全
to
力服务促进
facilitate
中外人
foreigners'
员
visits
交
to
流、
China
交往
and to
和
better
便利往
provide
来，
services to
更好
them
地服
and
务
to
高
contribute
水平开
to the
放
high
和
quality
高质量发展。
development of China.
谢谢。
Thank you.
好，请继续提问。好，那边中间第二排这位男士。
China Daily. And we have noticed that for the third measure this time,
的
that
第三
it's
条的规定
allowed
措施是
for
允
the
许在
foreign
海外籍
visitors
人员
to
就近办理签证
apply
的延期、换发
the
和
a
补
new
发等
visa
这个
or
便
the
利措
visa
施。非常
extension
请问
at
这
the
个措施
nearby
包含哪
office
些具体的内容？
so
以及
that
相
the
应的办证
extension
期
will
限
be
是否会
longer
因此延
or
长？
what's the consideration behind?
这个问题呢，我请毛旭先生来
Invite
回答。
Mr. Mao to answer. Thank you for your question
谢谢中国日报记
and
者的
also
提问
thank you for your
感谢对
support
外
and
广工作
notice
的
on the
关注
work.
和支持。目
And
前
uh,
外籍人员
for
持签
the
证入境
foreign
后，
visitors
按照签
and
证
they
注明
can
的使
stay
用
in
期限，
China within the
在中
valid
国境内停
time
留。
mentioned on their
有正当
visa
合理
if they
理由
have the
需要
justified
延
reason
长
to apply
签证使用
longer
期限，
time periods
或者
or they
因
lost their
普通签证
visa
损毁遗失，以及具有符合国家规定事由的，应提前
then
向
they need to ask
邀请单位、邀请人所在地或
that
者事由发
the
生地的公安机关、出境
nearby
管理机构
police office or the immigration
申请办理
office
签证的
for
延
the
期、换
visa
发和补发。
reissuance
据统
or
计
the visa
每
for their
年
application.
在境内办理
Every
普通签
year,
证延期
there are
换发
around
补发的外籍人
50,000
员
foreigners
近5万
in
人次。
China to apply this kind of service.
2022年，
And
我
for the
们对在
visitors doing
华
business in
从事
China
投
or
资、
doing
创
scientific
业、科
activities,
研、经贸的外籍人员，
and
试
we
点实
already
施了
practice
就近就
this
便
service,
受理审批签证延期申请的便利
which
措施，
received
受到了外籍
a
商务人士、
welcome by
企
the
事业单位的
foreigners
欢
and
迎，
also the
取得了较好的成
companies
效。
in order to better service
为了
the
更好地服务
foreigners
外籍人
to
员在我国境内
flow
高效
across
便捷
different
跨区域流
places.
动， 方便其科学合理安排活动行程。
Based on our pilot
在前期
results
试点成效基础上，
for
我们将
that
异地
the
办证
foreign
适用范围进一步扩展
visitors
到
they can
所有短期来
apply
华的非外交公务
the
活动
visa
人员
extension or visa
建立外
reassurance
籍人员
at different
领略
places, so they can
壮美山河
experience the beauty of
感
China,
受灿
the
烂文明
Chinese
体验
civilization, and
中
also
国
to
改革开放的
experience
成效。
the China's reform and the
公安机
opening
关
up
出入境管理
results.
机构
And within
仍将在
7
法
working
定7个
days,
工作日内
we will
做出
make the
审批
decision
签发的
on
决
their
定，
visa application
办证时间
that not
不
will
会
be
因为异
impacted
地
by
办理
that the
而延
person
长。
applied their new
谢谢。
visa at another
继
place.
续提问。好，左边第3排这位男士。
Phoenix TV.
谢谢主
For
持人，凤凰卫视
the
提问。
foreigners,
外
if
籍
they
人员在
just
枢纽
stay
空
over
港
for
口24
24
小时
hours
直接过境的
and they
办
can
签手续，请问需要符合什么样的条
enjoy
件？
the visa
另外，如
free,
果是要
if
离
they
开
want to
机场
leave
的
the
话，如何办理？
airport,
谢谢。
what kind of the
这个问题呢，
things they should
石景
notice?
阳先生来回答。
Thank you for your
谢
question.
谢你的提问啊。
For the visitors in Beijing and the other in total 9 airports, they can enjoy 24 hours of visa-free service. They need to meet 2 requirements.
第一
First,
个呢，就是
they
应
need
当
to
持有
hold
本
a
人有效
valid
的国际旅
international
行证
travel
件。第二个呢，是
documents, and
24小时
second,
内订妥座位。过境前往第
then
三
they
国或
should
地
hold
区的联程
that
机
the
票，
valid
且不离开口岸限定区域。
the airplane
符合这
ticket,
2个条件的
and
国
they
际公
should
安
stay
只
within
需到国际直接
the
过境区
allowed
办理相
places.
关值机手续，即可在出境候机大厅等候登机。
If they need to
确需
leave
离开口岸限定
the border
区域的，
places, then they
应
need
当
to
向边
apply
检机关
that
申
the
请
a
办理
temporary
过境临时入境许可。
the
需要
allowance
提
to
供以
entry.
下
So they need
2种
to
材料，
first
一个
hold
是
the
本
a
人有
valid
效的国际旅
international
行证
travel
件，
documents,
一个
and
是
also the second
24小时内
as
订妥座
the
位过境
a
前往
transfer
第三国
ticket
或地区的联程机票，
already
同
checked
时填
in.
写临
And
时
third, they also
入
need
境
to
外
fill
国
in
的入出境卡。
the a card, the
在
entry
此也
card.
特别提示，如果
If
所持
that
国
their
际旅行证件
international
有效期不足3个月，
travel
或者在
documents
由我签
valid
证机
time
关
within
据签章
3
戳记的，
months,
以
or
及在
they
5年内
actually
在华有
have the
非
a
法
past
出
the
入境、
5 years they
非
had
法
the
居留、
illegal
非法就
record
业
in
记录等
China,
违法情形的，边
then
检机关
the a
将不予
custom
签发
will not
临时
issue
入境许
a
可。
visa to them
谢谢。
for entry.
好，请继续提问。好，左边第2排这位女士。
China News Service.
主持人，
Just
您
now,
上
like
基本
you
提问
introduced
刚才
about
介绍
that
了
the
5项新
5
措施，
matters. Would
那
you
能否
please
详细
talk
的解
more
释一下在华外籍人
about
员申办再入境签证
that's
措施
the
的具体
a
内容及适用
foreign
条件？
visitors
谢谢。
visa
这个问题
reapplication?
请毛旭先生来回答。
Mr. Mao, thank you for your
谢谢
question.
您的提问。
With the a
随着
rapid
经济全球化进程加
speed
快，
of the economic
国际
globalization,
合作、
and we have
经贸
seen
往来、
the more
文化交
activities
流等活动
have
日
taken
益频
place
繁。
in
我
culture,
们在调研中发现，
economy, and trade,
一些
and
高
we
频
have
次来华
seen
开展科研交流、
that
项目
the
合
a
作的外籍人员，
foreigners
希望在签证到期
in
前
China would like
在
to
境内
apply
事先
the
办
a
妥
visa, they,
可
so they
再
can
次入境的
come
签
back
证，
to China
以便出境后及时返
immediately,
华，
so they can
高效
arrange
安排工
their
作行程。那么，为
a
了适应
visit. So in
当前
order
快节奏、
to meet
高
the
频
need,
次国际交流交往的需要，积极回
the
应
a foreigners
外籍
actually
人员
the a
实际
visit
需求。
requirements. So for the National
国家移民管理
Immigration
局
Administration
推出
also
再入境
introduced the
签证的
matters
便利措
involving
施，
the multiple
在华外
entry
籍人员
visa.
因
So
正当
for
合
the
理事
foreigners,
由
if they need
需
to
多次
coming
往
back
返
to
的，
China in
可
and
在
out
签
for
证失效
multiple
前
times, then
凭
they
要求
can
函件
apply for
等
the
相关证明
like
材料，
invitation letters
在境内向公安机关
and
出境
bring
管理
that
机构
to the nearby
申办
office for
多
the
次入境签证，
multi-entry visa
以
application.
稳定外籍人员来华交流
Thank you.
交往的发展预期。谢谢。
好，下一个问题。好，这边第2排这位女士。
Last December, we have that the visa-free service to 6 countries. So what's the current results after
问题请毛旭
introducing
先
that
生来回答。
measures? Thank you for your question.
好，谢谢您的提问。
December 1st, 2023, to France, Germany, Italy,
法国、德国、意
Netherlands,
大利、
Spain, and
荷兰、
Malaysia, in total 6
西班牙、
countries
马来西
as
亚
a visa-free
6国实行
if they
单方面
visit
免签
China.
政策以来，
As of
截
January
至
9th
今年的
this
1月
year,
9日，上述6国免签入境人员
around 147,000 people from these 6 countries
呈现出整体
came to
上升的
China.
趋势。
On January
其中
8th,
1月8日
4,300 people with a
4300人
visa-free.
较23
That's
年
doubled
12月1
the
日
number
增长了1倍
in the
多，
same period last year, and 70% of these
观光休闲游客
people
占到
is
70%。
for
有
tourism.
利服
So
务
that's
便利
also
外籍人
to
员来华商贸旅
facilitate
游，
that the foreigners
广
doing
受相
business
关
in
国家人
China
员的
or
欢迎
visit
和好
China.
评。
The National
移民管理机
Immigration
构将
Administration
坚持规范文明执法，
practice the quality
保障
law
口岸通
enforcement
关顺
and
畅，
provide the
为免签
quality
来华外籍人员提供
service
优
to
质
these
高
people.
效的通关服务。谢谢。
好，下一个问题。好，中间第一排这位男士。
谢发言人，香港中评社记者提问。
So would you
请详细
please
介绍一
introduce
下
about
此次
the
推出的简化在
simplifying
华外籍人
the
员签
visa
证申办材料
application
措施
for
相较之
foreigners?
前有哪些便利？谢谢。
Mr. Mao, please.
这个问题继续请毛旭先生来回答。
好，您提的这个问题很
So
好。
thank you very much. Currently, the foreigners in China, when they apply visa, besides their own passport, they also need to apply
还需要提交
the documents
与
related
申请事
to
由
the visa
相关的
application
材料，
reasons, like the
比如
invitation letter,
邀请函件、
the company's
企
or
业营业
business
执照、
license,
住
the
宿登记
family
回执、
relation
亲属关系证明
documents.
等。
For this time,
此次推出
These
便利措施，一是明确的公安机关出入境管理机构
that
对于
if
通过
anything, that
信息
any
互享
document that
可
we
查
can
询到
check
外籍
through
人
our
员住宿登记记
document
录、
shared information
邀
service
请单位
platform,
或者
then
聘雇企
they
业、
do not
营业执
need
照等信息的，
to
可免
apply
疫
the
查
paper
验住宿登记
documents.
回执、营业执照原件等纸质材料。
For the foreigners in
二
China,
是对在华外
if
籍
they
人员
applied
办
at the
理
family
亲属短
reunion,
期探亲团聚签证的，无需再
then they do
办理
not
亲
need
属关系的
to
证明
provide
及相关的认证手续，可
that
以
the
邀请人亲属关
proof
系的声明
of the family
替代
relations.
亲属关系证明，进一步为来
So
华短
they
期探
just
亲
need
团
to
聚人
apply
员
a
提
statement.
供办
And
证
that's
便利。
also to simplify
随着信息科
the
技
application
在移民
documents
管理
required.
领域深化应用，在依法规范管理的基础
We
上，
will continue to
我们将进一步
reduce
精
the
简
a number
办证
of
材料，
documents
优化
needed
办证
and
流
to
程，
improve efficiency
提升
of
办证效率，
application and also
并
to
积极
bring
拓
more
展电子
the
政务服
role
务，
of digitalization
有效
into
改
the
善
visa
办证
application
体
work.
验。
Thank you.
谢谢。
好，请继续提问。好，这边第三排这位女士。
Jimmy
主
News.
持人，界面新闻记者提问。
During
据
the
报
New
道，
Year
今年元旦
holiday,
假期，
and
全国
the
边境
immigration
边检
inspection
机关共
of
查出入境
checks
人员517.9万人
more than the
次，较
5.9
2023年
million,
元旦假期增长
and also
4.7 倍，
back to
已
the
恢
same
复至
level as
2019年同期
2019.
水平。
And right now,
距离
the
春节还有不到
Chinese
1个
New
月
Year
的
is
时
around the
间，请
corner.
问有何举措保障春节假期
We
中外
kind
人
of
员出入境通关安全
guarantee
顺畅？
that
谢谢。
a safe
这个问
and
题
smooth
请
flow
池定
of
和先生来回答。
personnel at the border.
好，
Thank you for
谢
your
谢您的提
question.
问。
Yes, as you mentioned, during
正
the
如
New
您刚
Year
才所说，今
holiday,
年元旦假期的
that
日
the
均出入境人数
travel
已
personnel
经恢复
number
至
already back
2019
to
年
the same
同期的
level
水平。
as in
根据以
2019.
往的
For
出
our
入境客流的
expectation,
规律，
during the
我
Chinese
们预计
New
在春节
Year,
期间
we
会
would
迎
see
来新一
another
波
new
的
peak
出
in
入境旅
terms
客
of
高峰。
travel personnel.
国家移
And
民
the
管理
National
局
Immigration
已经
Administration
专
has
门部署全国
already
边境机关，
arranged our
提
work
前做好充分准备，
to provide
为
the
中外旅客提
help
供必要的
and
便利，
service
帮助
to the people
全力
crossing the
保障
border.
春
So
节期间
make
口
sure
岸
that
通行
is
安全
in
顺
a
畅
well
有序。
managed
届时国家
and
移民
order
管理
way.
局还将公布有
And
关
we will also release the
预测数
data
据和
in
应
real
对措
time
施，
and also provide
提
a
示通
notice
关注
to
意
the
事项，
people. So
请
if you
广大
need
出境
to
旅
cross
客
the border,
及时关
and
注
please
口
pay
岸的
attention
客
to
流
our
变化
notice
和合理安排
announcement.
行程。
And also
在
like
此
to
也
take
欢
this
迎海
time
外
to
华人华
welcome
侨
our
返
foreigners
乡过节，
visit
欢迎
China
外
to
国朋友来
experience
中
the
国
Chinese
感受
tradition,
中华传统文化。
and also our overseas Chinese back
最后一个
home
问题。
to celebrate the new year.
第二排这位女士。
Last question, please.
谢谢主持人。南方日报南方家记者提问。
And December 1st, 2023, the NIA has started to use a 5-star ID card for the foreigners. Would you please talk more about this ID card?
这个问题我们继续请毛旭先生来回答。
Thank you for your question.
谢谢您的提问。
Yes, indeed, it is also
社会很关注的个问题。
a question
目前新
or
版外国人
the
永久居留
things
身份
that
证
we see
也就
a
是五星卡
lot of
宣
tension.
发布以后啊，
So talk about this 5-star ID card. Yes, it's not only look good, but it also provide a very convenient service.
那么启
For
用签
the
发以来，
new application where the new
已发发的
reinsurance
数量达到
numbers have increased.
永居证是在华永久居留外籍人员
So this
在
is
中国境
the
内
a
的法
ID
定身份
card
证
for
可
the
以
foreigners
单独使用。
for that's the a
为
permanent
了
residence
确保
permit.
永居证便利化
The
应用，
National Immigration Administration
国家移
work
民
with
管
the
理局
relevant departments
会同有关主管部门
have
持续推进
continued
各相关
to
行业领域、各地方单位相关信息系统
coordinate
设
and
置
upgrade
适配
the
性升级改造，兼容劳动
information service, the a
确保劳
so
动
that
永居
we
证
can share the
在有效期
information
内
and
得
also
继续使用
connecting the old the a permit
也
with the
欢
new
迎
one
使老板永
for
居证的
the
外籍
a
人
foreign
员
visitors
根据
with
需
the
要
old permanent
换
residence
无薪卡
permit. They can apply the new ones if
目前
needed.
重点
For
民
the
生服务
a
领域
key regions, for
重
the
点
a
地区
key
的行业单
industries,
位
and right
系
now
统
the
设备实质性改
the
造
a
基本
upgrading
完成
of the
在华永居外
equipment
籍
have
人员
already finished.
持永居证
So for
可
the
以便利
personnel with the
购买
permanent
飞机
residence
票、
permit,
车
they
票
can
并
use
乘
this
机
ID
取
card
票
to buy air
办理
tickets,
宾
train
馆酒店
tickets,
入住
so
手
for
续
the hotel
办理
booking,
银行
and they
证券外汇
also
产品
can
借
apply
款
for that
办
the
理
a
移动电话
telecommunication
和
service
宽带
to open
保
account
险业务
for the a
办
stock
理税
market
务
and
社保
to
财产
the
登
a
记
transportation
关交
for
管
the other
海关
that
等
the a
政务服务事项
business purpose,
在支付
and
宝
also they can
微信
open accounts
京东
at
等
the a e
互联网平台
platform like
便利注
JD
册
or
使用
Tmall and
各地管
Alipay
局将进一
and
步加
Tencent
大
Pay.
协调推进
And we will continue to
在
issue
华
more
永居证
measures
的便利应用工作
to speed up
力争加快实现永居证
the
在全国
a
各
service
地方
coverage
公共服务
in
互联
multiple
网金融
areas
领域
in China.
全面
Thank
应
you.
用谢谢
Thank you, speakers, and thank you, our
感谢各位发
journalists.
布人的介绍，
And that's the end
感
of
谢各位
today's
记者朋
press
友的参与。
conference.
今天
Bye
的
for
会
now.
就到这里，再见。